Mr. General Evaluator, Michael. I think your opening statement was really very effective because right off the bat you have raised my heartbeat. That was a good technique, raising your voice and putting us into a situation of urgency. Your story is really very good because you're only using 3 characters and going through a roller coaster of at least 11 different situations. So let me go through them real quickly, some of the notables that I wrote down. So in the beginning, you made us feel the urgency, and with that heartbeat, you gave us a very vivid picture of a situation of Peter's son. So with that, it just gives us the feeling of anxiety. When Peter's son was brought to the hospital, it just kind of gave us a little bit of hope. The feeling of hope, but at the same time, a feeling of uncertainty. The waiting time, I think, really just gives a little bit more of a combination of calmness, but a combination too of more heart pumping from everybody who is listening to your story. The nurse in itself is not really too much comforting in a way, but at least it kind of slowed down the situation with the conversation with the nurse. There was a little bit of thinking of a little bit of serenity when you're talking about Peter not having the ability to pray. I wasn't really quite sure where that story is going with the prayer thing, but at least it gave us a little bit of thinking, oh, maybe there's a miracle that's gonna happen. So the story went that way, but again, there's a feeling of hope right there. So I was kind of wondering and kind of lost where it's going. So then the doctor seems to have demonstrated a sense of insincerity about what he was doing because there's no feedback coming from the doctor. It seems like I felt like the doctor was really cold. I could relate a little bit with the story because my father also died of an accident. Almost the same thing, and it seems like I'm sure everybody has gone through a situation where a family member went to a hospital or something really bad kind of happened. The development of your story was really very good because there's kind of uncertainty of what's happening. But you ended up with a situation where there was a twist in the pain, where the doctor's son is actually the person or the son that died instead of Peter's son. I wasn't quite sure whether Peter's son had died, but it was more focused on, oh, there was totally a twist of the story that the pain was actually shifted to the doctor's son. The point of the matter is that you had a very good transition of the story. What could have been done better perhaps is that I know that it was difficult to tell a story that's really continuous. So probably it would be nice that you can pause a little bit as you transition from the next phase of each phase of your story. But well done, Mike.